So, up next, we have the official combat trailer for Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. I'm actually really excited for it because I'm a big Sherlock Holmes fan, but not only that, I'm actually a fan of these guys' previous iterations of Sherlock Holmes. Um, Devil's Daughter was the last one. Actually, no, I think that was 2 games ago. And then I played the one that was just before that. I forget the name for whatever reason. Every single time I think of it, I always forget it. But they're like super interesting games, and they actually are Crime and Punishment. That's the one. That's the one I'm thinking of. Crimes and Punishment. And I like them because they have a very interesting sort of like point and click adventure feel to them that really fits with that detective like case solving genre that fits Sherlock Holmes. So I think it's pretty cool. I'm very interested to see how this is going to turn out because this does seem to be a bit more of a change into more of an open world adventure game. A little bit more along the lines of, say, Assassin's Creed or, you know, pretty much any other open world adventure game. So I think this is going to be an interesting step for them, and I hope it's going to do well. So, and this is going to show off the combat, which I think is going to be interesting, considering it's Sherlock. Sherlock was always interesting. So let's just check it out.
First, dodge the shotgun discharge. Then, destroy the armor. Use the snuff box to distract the target. Discombobulate. Hello.
That's them clearly taking inspiration from the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock movies, which, to be honest, I can appreciate. I love those movies. I wish that they would finally put out a third one. And there's been rumors that they are going to, with Johnny Depp as the villain, which I would love to see. So, but yeah, I think that's an interesting. That is an interesting take from there, and I actually appreciate that.
And welcome to Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, an open-world action investigation game that lifts the curtain on what could be the first case of the world's greatest detective. Armed with his bright mind, unyielding stubbornness, and arrogance, young Holmes has no issue tackling lawbreakers face to face. In this video, we are going to take a closer look at what tools Sherlock has in his disposal to bring criminals to justice.
I'm sick of... Who's this peacock? Does he know who I am?
I definitely know who you are not. You're not a dictionary reader, at least. I wanted to see how you... pals interact with each other in your natural habitat. But I'm afraid I have to interfere.
While gunfights only happen ever so often, they require focus and fast reflexes. Sherlock's agility and speed give him the edge over his foes, but his relatively small health pool makes him a glass cannon. In addition, cover can only grant a few moments to breathe, but enemies will do everything in their power to smoke you out.
Interesting.
It's a much more effective tactic to always switch positions and time your dodges. They can help reduce or even completely avoid incoming damage. Plan your actions ahead. Swoop in to land a blow and retreat to safety as needed. Most of the time, you will be facing 2 or more outlaws that work together. Some will constantly push you into close combat, while others will try to outflank you or mow you down from a distance. As you hastily maneuver among the crooks, use your sharp eyes to spot their weak points. Shooting these will stun your foes and give them an opening to get close and take them down. You can also use environmental hazards and your rechargeable snuff box for the same purpose. To arrest someone, you need to stun them first. Each takedown is the embodiment of Sherlock's arrogance. Face slaps, mid-air jabs. Put your opponents in their place. Some enemies will wear armor and helmets to cover their weak spots. Helmets can be shot off after all armor pieces are destroyed with precise gunfire. But while the non-lethal approach is considered canon, you still have the option to shoot and kill your assailants.
Oh my.
Limit your options, especially if you lose control of the situation. Should you find combat too hard, you can always adjust its difficulty settings independently of investigation. In addition...
Now, I said this the last time we saw a Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1 trailer. I love that you can really tailor your game by messing with the options that they give you to really tweak the game to how you want to play. Really does, in my opinion, give more players the options to play the game without actually sacrificing a lot in terms of depth and, you know, enjoyment for the players who do like the more difficult gameplay. So I think this is actually really cool for them to give you all these options here for combat and investigation and all that stuff. So I think Frogware did a really good job with this option.
And you may go as far as skipping gunfights whatsoever and focus solely on finding culprits and exploring the world. Play the game as you want. If, however, you find yourself craving more fighting, consider visiting the bandit lairs. Each one is significantly harder than quest encounters and offers various challenges such as less health or no environmental hazards. Each time you survive a bandit lair, you will get a money reward according to your performance.
Interesting.
The less shooting you do, the less damage you take, and the more challenges you activate, the better your score and reward multiplier will be. After beating each danger zone, you can use your money to buy new outfits or rebuild your family mansion.
So this might be weird. I'm not a fan of the idea that, like, the costume customization for Sherlock seems just kind of, particularly like the outfits that they have for him. And I know he does a lot of the disguises, but I mean, with it just being quote unquote him wearing the outfit seems kind of weird, without him trying to pull off some sort of disguise at the same time. That's a little weird, in my opinion. I think that's the only thing that puts me off, but I mean, considering that it's optional, it doesn't really bother me that much. November 16th on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X. Other games coming after, or other consoles coming after that. In fact, they're essentially saying they don't have a release date yet for the previous ones. I bet you what they're going to do is they are going to do like what is more typical in terms of, you know, cross-generational release, which is they need to now down-res everything, make it such that it's a lot more console GPU friendly or previous generation GPU friendly. So, but I mean, the game looks pretty good. The game doesn't look bad at all, but it doesn't look like it's a major improvement over previous generations. So I'm not sure what they would really need to do other than, you know, maybe just down-res a bunch of the textures, or maybe down-res some of the polygons on it. It looks good, though. I really enjoy the Sherlock Holmes series, and I really enjoyed Crime and Punishment. Crimes and Punishment, which is, as I said, from the same developer. And they did a few after that. But this one just feels like a pretty big departure from the rest of the series, which the rest of the series felt more like a point-and-click action adventure game. Well, adventure game. And, yeah. Which, as I said, works actually really well with that whole detective investigating type of thing. So it looks like we're still going to get a lot of those elements, but it's now going to be an open world action game. So I think that's pretty cool. I like it. Combat definitely looks interesting. I was actually thrown off with that first little intro where they were doing the thing from the movie with, you know, talking about, oh, first you do this, then you do that, and then we're gonna discombobulate and all this stuff. I was actually kind of hoping that they were gonna have that kind of mechanic in it, a bit as a motif to the movies. And who knows, maybe there's some sort of legal reason behind why they couldn't do it. But I did at least like the nod in the trailer that they had that in there. And the game certainly has a feel that's somewhat similar to that, right? Because you do have the slowing down of time to actually take down different armor pieces so that you can then stun the bad guys and bring them in. So it's an interesting take on the combat. And obviously, as I said in the game, yeah, you can just go ahead and just kill the guys without really having to worry. But it's not really canon for you to be killing the guys, because generally speaking, Sherlock doesn't kill people. He'll try and capture them and actually, you know, bring them to justice in some way, shape, or form. So, yeah. Generally speaking, he has killed people before, but, you know, normally it's extreme cases. It's not for your typical thugs that you would find in these combat sequences. So, yeah. But yeah, I think it looks interesting. Definitely makes me more excited for the game, so I'm pretty excited. Hey, thanks for checking out that clip from my podcast, Green Squadron TV. If you'd like to watch the full podcast, you can check it out at the link down below in the description. And if you'd like to watch it live, you can follow me at twitch.tv/green_leader87. I stream it there live every Friday night at 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Thanks for watching.